April 3, 2009 is one of those days that's going to live in infamy. According to David Barton, 80% of Americans believe the courts have taken way too much power. The courts are taking too much power.
There's also constitutional lawyers who read it like I do and say, this may be one of the worst opinions I've ever read.
On November 2, it'll be the people of Iowa voting on this issue. You have 3 justices that are up for retention. They were part of the 7-0 decision. So many organizations came together.
We all can agree on freedom. We all can agree on liberty.
In an off year like this was a record turnout. 533,000 Iowans did.
Never heard anything like that before. The shot was heard around the world.
And the people focused on this, and it meant a lot to them. That's why this night had to happen. They inserted politics in the process when they decided they could make law from the bench. And we were going to restore the integrity of the Constitution in the state of Iowa. Truth will stand in the light of day.
What have they done other than interpret the Constitution?
I think what they...
The justices got it right.
You guys don't understand.
When Justice Strait was commenting at the University of Iowa, he referenced those who voted the 3 justices out. And he referenced a song called American Idiots and Rednecks.
These folks don't understand the kinds of things that are taught in middle school civics.
You guys don't understand.
The left wants to advance their agenda through the courts.
If they can redefine marriage, none of the freedoms we hold dear are safe from judicial activism.
They'll do it to our Second Amendment rights, our private property rights, our religious liberty, our educational choices, our medical decisions. The list is endless.
This is liberty at stake, and we don't want tyranny. Matter of fact, our founders ran from it.
And where our founders said there's 2 inseparable rungs for this republic, religion and morality, that law comes from God, that there's a higher standard.
You and I could not be further apart. But the Constitution is not based on the Bible.
I would think if you research the Constitution, there's a lot of threads that come strictly from the Scriptures.
Okay, let's not get into that. You and I could not be further apart.
Or you believe law comes from government or man.
We base our laws in civil law, not on the Bible, not on the 10 Commandments.
That's a scary picture.
This Supreme Court inserted politics on steroids.
If they had just made a wrong decision, I don't think they would have lost their jobs. Told us that, okay, now there's a new law, thou shalt do gay marriage, and they can't legislate from the bench.
And usurping the obvious will of the people.
And when a judiciary goes outside its jurisdiction, that we have a responsibility and a right to hold them in check. So there's a sense of urgency that we need to step up now.
Bob Vanderplat says the remaining Supreme Court justices should step down.
If all 7 would have been on the ballot, all 7 of them would have been voted off.
Unfortunately, all 7 were not up on the ballot. I do not think 3 deserve the punishment for the full 7. I think all 7 are responsible.
Utilizing a system, utilizing the process does not politicize a system. Exactly. This has been on the ballot for nearly 5 decades.
So tell me, in your best way, how we can get around the Iowa Constitution.
I definitely believe Justice Wiggins should be held accountable. We're going to try to encourage all these groups, all these organizations, all these private individuals, and to vote no on Wiggins November 6, 2012.
It would be irresponsible of us as a people not to finish this.
And we took care of 3, we got 4 more to go to finish the job.
So tell me, in your best way, how we can get around the Iowa Constitution.
There is no such thing as an activist judge.
We can get around the Iowa Constitution.
I say throw him out.
We can get around the Iowa Constitution.
Throw him out.
The only check and balance we have right now is to hold a court and check on the retention.
And you need to vote no on Wiggins because we're for the preservation of freedom.
And the final arbitrator of all matters is we, the people.